Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Simply Living PEI. It's still pretty breezy out here on the island. So the last 3 days, it has been nothing but wind, rain. It's been crazy. So as you can tell, we still do have some snow drifts, but, whoops, I'm gonna stand in the sun here for a moment. But our the little garden is officially free of snow. It is way too soggy still to clean this one up. We knew this one was going to be the worst. And also I never actually managed, because with work hours of course, I never did actually manage to get this garden finished, but we got that one done. So conveniently, while I've been working, there has been some really nice weather. So Fred's been out. He got that entire that entire bottom garden completely turned over. Now the hard part for me comes is that I have to get the beds. Now that garden though, by the time we're finished, it'll be essentially a no dig, the same as this garden here. So, oh yeah, and a little bit of an update. The kale, woohoo, see that? Hopefully. The kale is growing. So like I said, these gardens will essentially be a no dig by the time we're done, hopefully. But we did transplant a whole bunch of little trees from our windbreak. I'll show you the holes and everything here too. But let me show you the trees. So all these little, I guess, piles of dirt, I guess you can see, are a bunch of little trees. Now some of them are bigger than others, as you can tell. So what we did is we're kind of building or starting a new windbreak. I'm hoping you can hear me actually, because it is still pretty breezy out here today. But the sticks and the blocks of sod that we dug up, we basically did leave them on the entire setup so we could not run them over with a lawnmower. But what we did is we kind of went down on this pretty much useless little hill for us, and we've started the little corner and there all the way across. Now we do have enough trees that this will be a double row eventually, and it will take quite a while for these little tiny guys, of course, to get big enough to do their job. But when Mother Nature gives you free trees, put them in a useful spot. We have discovered, though, a couple of our watering posts kind of loosened up with the winter. As you can see, we have like a little bracket up there. We pretty much put the one sprinkler in that bracket and it covers this half of the garden. We have posts on all the gardens, as you can see. It actually seemed to be pretty much the best way for us to garden this, but I guess I'll be pounding these in just a little bit harder. Yeah, this one's loose too. And in case you're wondering about all this stuff here, so this is actually the crows and the ravens that pulled this bark off. They use it for their nests in the springtime. So it is actually kind of funny. Earlier in the year, we were watching them kind of grab it and pull it off. As you can tell, that one back there is completely bare now. Well, it is still pretty windy out here, so I'm not 100% sure you'll hear me, but the rhubarb is coming out of the ground. See that? Now, forgive that stuff that kind of looks like, something was big old mess out here, but that's actually just old cooked rhubarb. Kind of brought it out after and let it compost a bit. But take a look. We have rhubarb coming out of the ground. Rhubarb looks so weird when it starts to grow. It is still partially covered from snow, but The warm winds and driving rain for the last few days has made the rhubarb want to pop. Some of this black stuff you see on the top is actually ash from the fireplace because we did need to change the little bit of stuff on this ground, but looks like we are going to have a bumper rhubarb harvest this year. Yay! Rhubarb is good. Is it officially spring when your lilac type something is actually starting to bud? Look at that. That's just fabulous. Well, the little lilies that we transplanted from the compost, that seems to have made it. Let's take a look and see how the rest of the one garden survived. It has been, like I said, a pretty nasty, windy, rainy, cold couple 3 days. The cool thing is that the great big lilies are also starting to sprout. Where'd he go? There he is. And nothing on the peony yet, which we knew. But the other lilies and the tulips, they're happy. We have some serious cleanup still to do. Oh yeah. Lots of pretty flowers for the springtime, and a couple in strange places because I still have to edge this garden out. It'll look pretty soon. Well guys, I thought I'd show you the other side of our broken down barn while I'm out here this morning. Mother Nature is still trying to rain, so we're probably not going to get that much done. But as you can see, these are the old horse stalls that they had put in. These are the reason for that massive rhubarb patch. Horse stalls. But we use it for the wood. So as you can tell, like I said, we do heat by wood. We only buy wood actually from a nice guy who tries to source his lumber from ethical sources, which is kind of cool. We also have a bunch of little pallets, projects and things. It's dark over here, and then we have the old pigsty area. Apparently that's where they kept the mama pig and the babies. But if I can get a couple more repairs on this side done properly, that will be where chickens go. Now, it does have an upstairs, as you can see. That's the staircase way back there, so this little aisle is kind of more storage than anything. I'm not going to lie, I don't like going up there. It is dark. Not really dark. That's not the word. Dreary, maybe, I don't know. But to be honest, those stairs make me a bit nervous. And of course, it is a really old barn, so that floor, it is secure, but it's not the same thickness as you'd get on a modern floor. So yeah, it kind of moves a bit when I walk. Queen size chickie on a floor like that? Nah, we don't do it. But yeah, but those bottles that I showed you, that's where they came from. And like I said, we actually use those posts for watering. So we do use this guy. And he just kind of sits up on the posts and waters the gardens. The neat thing about this old farmhouse is it has a new well. It's about 200 feet deep. We have never run out of water. And if you've ever been on Prince Edward Island, don't ever be afraid to drink well water. Trust me, the well water on this island is pretty darn good. Just saying. Well, you guys, I didn't go all the way up the steps, but I did have to check the barn to make sure there was no big problems after the winter. You can actually see the original barn roof line up there. And when they actually changed the roof. So this part over here, this is all on top of the broken down part of the barn that we need to fix and probably take down. We're not 100% sure yet, but well, we had a casualty. We killed the wheelbarrow. We should have bought a metal one, but as you can tell, Fred's wire suturing actually works pretty good. So back to work we go. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Thought I'd show you these bottles while we were still in the barn too. So old cod liver oil and burdock blood bitters. Cod liver oil actually still has something in there. No, I am not going to open it. But cool looking bottles. Might as well put that in there. So I wanted to show you the French drain that we're actually starting in the back of the house, but it is so windy that I couldn't hear a single thing I was saying. So I thought I'd show you that we actually started loosening the dirt in here. I'll post a little link down below for the French drain so you actually have an idea what I'm talking about. But here's one angle anyway towards the barn. Now, this is just from the other way. We're actually up by the herb garden, so you can kind of get a better view of the little hill and the gully that's in behind the house. So that way you can actually see what I mean by we need to get a little bit of drainage happening back here. It has been such a windy day though, I thought I'd come in and show you how well the actual seedlings were going. Now this is what the room looks like during the day when everything is pink, and I mean everything. The part that really bums me out is the cucamelons are flowering. Look at that. Way too early for flowers. Not too sure why. The tomatoes, though, are going crazy. The Roma tomatoes back there have easily doubled in height. It's amazing. I can't believe it. So everything does look really good. And our first little pot for the deck has finally sprouted. Kind of cute, isn't it? But anyway, the veggies, they're seriously coming along. Now the rest of the veggies in the little greenhouse, we have our little lettuces and our herbs. We do have another birdhouse gourd that is growing, and those sweet peppers, I don't know. Start saving your seeds from the grocery store, guys, but check that out. One little tomato growing in the middle of my rosemary and my basil. Don't ask me why. Haven't got a clue. So while I'm sitting here too, actually loading all these videos up, had a little company outside the patio door where my desk is. Very, very cool having this little guy out there. And of course another little friend comes. This is what we call Yuki TV. She sits on my chair and watches the birds just go through all the bird seed, the suet block, you name it. They love it. Yuki TV. What everyone needs. Well, guys, I had to go get some milk, so I figured I'd take a little walk on a boardwalk not that far from home, close to a small little grocery store that I like. Well, I did stop at the boardwalk. I took a little video for you can see, but I'm going to get out of the car here. This is at the end of the boardwalk where I would have walked, but let's go outside and you'll see a really good reason why I did not walk the boardwalk. Okay? Well, it's pretty windy. I'm not sure 100% you can hear me, but I'm actually a little protected where I am. But it is super, super windy out here. You can kind of see the wind or the water, splashing up on the other side of the old quay. There's some wicked waves out there, guys. But it's a beautiful spot. Maybe I'll hit up on the other side of the key there. Let's see what we can see. Thought I'd walk around. Gotta love a beach though, huh? bit gushy because of all the storm action there the last couple of days. But when you can come out to this, why not? Check her out. Buffeted by the wind. I think it's time to go get the milk, guys. Too sure you can hear me. I'm just down on the one little wharf close to home here. The guys are getting the lobster boats ready for setting day. A lot of work to be done. So guys, that was today's adventures. We really didn't do anything, I don't know, we weren't consistent. You know what I mean? It was just one of those days. It was so windy today that a lot of the work we wanted to get done, we really didn't get done. So we did get a little bit more work done on our upper garden, about as far as we could. And then, of course, a downpour came. We had these little rain showers all afternoon. And I'm looking out like I'm looking at rain, and of course it's dark outside. Yeah, it's been an interesting day. But as you also notice, I tried to walk the boardwalk not that far from home, and it was so windy that it just wasn't going to work. Now, when we were on the beach, I did mention that I had a really cool little video on the boardwalk that I did take. Well, I started to take the video, and I must have accidentally stopped the video because it was a whole 6 seconds. That's not going to work. So we'll go back to the boardwalk another time, and we'll do a walk so you can actually see what's going on. There was a cool statue there that's out in the water, which I really still don't know what it's for. So I'm going to figure out what it is, and then I can let you know what it is. How's that sound? All right. Now, I showed you the French drain, and I'm going to link that below so you can actually see what we're talking about, because it's a little bit of a gully behind the house, and we just want to draw the water away, and we'll put something out there so we can actually sit and relax and enjoy the yard as we're kind of building it and cleaning it up. So it was a productive day. It was an all over the place kind of day, but I went to the beach and I bought the milk. So it's always a good day when you get a couple of things done. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Go ahead and like and subscribe. I'll put the information of where I was today right down below. It's a cute little village, and I really like it. So I will talk to you soon. Bye.